lot of us will say, oh, I don't have room to grow vegetables. But you don't need a lot of room. And I'll show you how you can get a lot of room today by growing it along the fence, or what we call vertical. So this is an example. We did this frame here. I mean, this is a pretty elaborate one, but it doesn't have to be this elaborate. This is where we're going to have charcoal. There's a charcoal plant here, 2 on this side and 2 on the other side, and they'll be climbing up this frame. So charcoal is beautiful. We love the leaves. We eat the leaves as well as the fruit. So it's a very, very productive plant. Over here we've got this is a loofah. It's like a long, smooth type loofah. So we'll be growing on here as well. So I've got little plants are growing on this side and on that side. So this would be loofah. The other one would be charcoal, and then along here we've got now this is how I actually grow them next to the fence. Now because our fence is like 30 years old, and one day we're going to replace the fence, we're not going to secure onto the fence. Basically they are just pole that I hammer into the ground, and you get this mesh. This is 100 by 100 square mesh, galvanized from just your local steel place. You know, don't get it from Bunnings because they're like a lot more expensive. And then you get these screws, these clips, sort of clips and screws from Bunnings, and then just screw them on. So in this bed I've got it's called Bai Dao. Bai Dao means ugly bean. It looks ugly, but it tastes beautiful. This bed I've got Huang Di Dou. Huang Di Dou is one of our favorite bean. I think they call them Madagascar bean. Very, very productive. I've got them inside growing in the greenhouse, but I want some outside because it's just too much, you know, inside the greenhouse. It's just too overpowering. Here I've got cucumber. Now cucumber need to be pollinated, so it's no good in the greenhouse or the shade house. So cucumber is good, great outside. So they are also a nice crop. Over here I've got here black grapes, muscat. So this is here I've got the red globe, variety down here. Now over here I've got passion fruit. So this is Panama grape, and there's another passion fruit here. This is red flamingo. So what I do is this steel sheet normally comes, I think, 3.6 meter long. So we basically have a gap in between, so it's just to separate the plant. You know, obviously we'll have to try to separate it somehow when they grow, so they don't intertwine. Now, let me just pull you across here so you can climb. Come around here. Come around here. Yep, that's it. So you can climb up the. Okay. Are they here? Yep. Okay. Right. I'm pouring the concrete today, and I'm going to use my what's the name? Ride-on mower bucket. You know, he calls it tractor. Tim calls it tractor. Bosenberry. So the thing with our site is it slopes uphill. So you know it's hard to push concrete uphill. So that's why we're going to use that the tractor. We call it raspberry. Raspberry is a bush, so I don't know how well it does on the fence, but. And then over here, this next bed here, we are going to have snake beans. Okay, we got snake bean in the shade house, but I'm going to have it here as well. And then we're going to have charcoal here. The reason we have another charcoal vine here is because on the other one we're going to have we eat the fruits. This one we're going to eat the leaves. Yep. And then here is the Indian gooseberry that I did mention in the previous video. So the way I'm gonna, because we're very clay soil here, the way I'm gonna fill this up is I'm gonna put this premium potting mix. Now this This one is from Costco, 50 liter, about $13, and it's got slow release fertilizer over 9 months, and so putting that and then that one on top, which is a soil improver with all your chicken manure, rich compost, fish and seaweed, blood and bone, gypsum, cow manure, iron and zeolite. So I'll just put that over, and then some sugarcane mulch or wood chip on top. So that's how we're gonna do these. Maybe later on I'll do some irrigation, automatic irrigation, and I go along here. So I'll just show you the fence. So this is one way you can get a lot of growing space, you know, on your house. You know, I got fence, I got, you know, I just put some screws here to hold all my mesh and just different things. Down here, now we've got bitter melon growing here. And mom say you don't want to grow bitter melon or everything else because it makes all the other plant bitter. So that's hence we got, you know, this special area just for bitter melon. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plants. That's going to be all bitter melon. And then over here, we're going to grow all our dragon fruit. Now dragon fruit only fruit when it overhangs, it hangs down. So we're going to get it up, climbing up this timber fence. Whether it's timber or galvanized fence, it doesn't matter. It will actually climb up. And when it climb up, you crop it on the top. So then you want it to hang over here. So this is like 300 mil out. And we're going to do this edging at the bottom as well. Now speaking of this edging, this is a cheap way to do edging. This is actually fence paling, hardwood. And what you do is you just drill a hole here, drill a hole, and then you get this reel, you know, the steel rod, and just hammer it in, and then you got this beautiful edge. Cheap, you know, compared to say sleepers. It's 200 mil high. This is 100 mil. This is much cheaper, much cheaper. So we've got so we're gonna do this all the way up to the water tank there, and then we're gonna do a garden edge here as well. Now with these sleepers, I actually make a bed here that I recently made, which I'm pretty happy with. Let's come and look here. Oh, this is another climbing one as well. See, this is a climbing one. This is I think lima beans. You call them lima beans. See, these are all the beans. Lima bean is great because you can always harvest the bean and then keep them. You know, like keep them in a jar and just have them whenever. See, like that. Beautiful. Whereas long bean, snake bean, for example, if you can't finish it, you know, they all go old. Yeah, so this is very productive. Heaps. It's nitrogen fixer, puts nitrogen in the soil. So this is a hex shape. You know, using the fence paling. Again, I just, you know, have equidistant, 6 pieces, 120 degree each, internal angle, and I just make it into a beautiful hex shape garden. You know, I like hex shape because I'm a beekeeper, and this is the shape of the beehives. You know, beautiful shape. You know, nice and cheap way to do your edging. Now over here this morning, I've just planted 2 little plants here from our friend goji berry. Goji berry, just down here. Now this is the berry, goji berry, and this is zisu or perilla. Perilla is also in Japanese they call it siso. Yeah, we call it zisu. This is a purple variety. It's a herb. It's great to repel insects, but it almost smells a little bit like insect. But there is another variety of perilla. It's a green variety, and this other plant is given to me by my Japanese friend, my badminton Japanese friend. These two green perilla. Yeah, it's growing very well, and the way they eat this is quite interesting. They get some cold soft tofu, chop this up, put a bit of ginger and a little bit of soy sauce, and that's it. Beautiful. Yeah, perilla. Got 2 green one here and 1 purple one over there. So So as you can see, this is how you can get a lot of growing space, you know, in your garden. You don't need a lot of room. You know, everyone has a fence. You know, we can all do this on our fence. You know, it's not hard at all. You know, my wife is saying, oh, maybe we should stop growing so much food. It's just, we can't eat it more. It's way too much. But I'm in charge in growing. She's in charge in harvesting. Mum and my wife is in charge of harvesting. Anyway, so okay, this is the other garden. You know, this is actually, you know, in other video I've already explained to you about wicking bed, but this is our exterior wicking bed. So over here we're using concrete sleepers here. So you can use timber sleeper. Basically, I just want to raise it up. So at this is like 900 mil high, so it's kitchen bench high, much easier to work with. So over here we've got eggplant, we've got capsicum, perpetua spinach, tomatoes, cos lettuce. This is beetroot and water spinach or kangkong, watercress. We've got rocket there, and we've got more perpetua spinach, some beans, some warrigal green, tomatoes. Yeah, so this is all on this bed, on these four beds. And over here, the next row of 4 beds, we've got corn. Now, when you grow corn, you have to grow them really close together. I think this is probably like 10, 20, maybe 15 centimeter apart. And the reason is when they come up, they actually pollinate each other. So you want them close together. So hence we've got all these corn, and Mum loves corn. You know, she has a corn every morning. And then obviously here's a choco vine. Choco vine, got to train it so it climbs up here. So it climbs over this beautiful structure. Then over here on the last 4 beds, I've got this loofah. This is a smooth loofah, the long smooth one. So it's gonna overhang, you know, the fruit is gonna hang down here. Now on this first bed I've got taro, more taro, and then we got, raining, great for a garden, ginger and turmeric and ginger all on here. And then I think back there we got a galanga. Yeah, so these are all the root vegetable on this side. So the great thing with this wicking bed is, you know, like when it rains now, the water comes down here, any extra water will flow out here. So, and then when you just come around here, have a look, oh, you can see that, yep, there's still plenty of water, no need to water. So it's you know, you can go away for 2 weeks and come back and this is fine. No watering, especially if it rains. There's just no top up at all. It's incredible. This is a beautiful system here. You know, thanks to our permaculturist Micah that gave us this idea. Okay, this is a nice place to sit under the rain, get away from the rain. My mum loves tying up orchid everywhere. Actually, this is another type of plant that grows on the fence. We have all these growing everywhere. This one here, we call it either Huang Gong Cai or Chuan Qi. You know, it's a little bit like the Indian spinach. It's also very thick leaves. Yeah, very. It just grows. You know, I've got over there. I've got a wall full of it. Yeah. So this is a dragon fruit that overhangs, and you know, I have a lot inside. So this is what it looks like. You know, yeah, when it's on the fence, you want it to overhang. Those top ones, I will need to crop it. Just chop it off at the top so it get more offshoots. The more offshoot, the better. And this stump here is very productive. Yeah. Anyway, that's hopefully all this video will inspire you to grow your own food. Yeah. There's nothing more rewarding than, you know, eating from your garden every day. You know, every dinner, every lunch, you know, you have something from your garden. Yeah. Like for example, I've got more than enough basil, more than enough parsley. You know, like they just grow so well. This is our Thai basil. Like how much basil can you eat? How much pesto can you make? You know, or can you consume? You know, this is the thyme. You know, the creeping thyme and the native thyme. You know, the lemon balm is going crazy. You know, I can't finish the lemon balm. And look at the parsley; they're just like weed everywhere. You know, there's more parsley over here. You know, more parsley and more basil and more thyme. You know, it's easy to be self-sustaining. You know, great. Thank you.